Oh, there we go. That is going to be fantastic. Now I'm back online. I got caught up in the music. And I think my audio is now working. If it's not, let me know out there. I might be blowing out, actually. Look at there. There we go. A little bit better. Let me know if that's light or you can hear me. Hey, Scott. But, hey, a couple exciting things is one, ALTO OS is now running on a laptop. It is our distribution called ALTO OS. We're going to be testing that out. We're going to see how a fresh install goes. Literally just got it to work 30 minutes ago. Finally booted up all the way. All the scripts are running properly. What we're going to do is set it up, see if it connects to the Maintenance Ops Suite application, and then go from there. So very, very excited about that. And then we're going to start entering some configuration items. And ironically, my man Hallahan is up from the Hallahan clan. And we're going to be doing some configuration. So I hope you're ready, because I know you haven't seen this yet. So let's see how it goes. Let me kill that. There we go. All right, so first and foremost, I do have it up over here on the side. So a couple different things, and what I'll do is I'm going to set the laptop up, and then actually let's launch a virtual machine, and we'll install a virtual machine as we go here. So let's go ahead and do that. And because of the way that I have Claude and everything set up on the system, we are going to go ahead and have him run that. Go ahead and spin up the VM for ALTO OS. And we'll do some live testing on the virtual machine as well. And let me know if that music is too loud over there. I like keeping some music in my ears as I go here. What we're going to do is spin up a VM, and we're going to install ALTO OS on a virtual machine as well. Because our big part's going to be testing everything today. I can see that light is a little too much. Let me kill that. There we go. And we'll let this VM spin up. And we're going to put the VM down in our drawing tablet area. So let me pull this closer to me, because we're going to be doing a lot of back and forth here. We're going to go from our operating system. Yeah, go ahead. I'm okay with that. I let Claude manage my VMs when we do this. It's easier to kill. Do software patches as we go. It's loading up here. So just to give you a sense of what this looks like on load, you get to the initial grub menu. The grub menu is kind of how everything starts, and you pick your different operating systems if you're dual booting. And then it's going to bring up the splash screen. Some of this you're going to see some jankiness that I'm not happy about, but we'll get there. We'll get better as it goes. Yeah, see that jankiness right there. That second splash screen is, I think, ran by Plymouth, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to install it. And this is the alpha version 17. We've been lucky enough to get through a lot of head herders. And we're going to do a minimum install. We'll erase the entire disk. We'll just say cyber. That way we know what it's going to look like. Now I'm going to bring this down here. So we're gonna be coming back and forth to that. So we'll be coming back to this. This is where it's at. Oh man, look at my camera went crazy over here. And oh yeah, we got And I did something. There we go. All right. So it's gonna install. We'll let that install, and we'll come back over here. A couple different things for those of you that haven't seen it before. This is the Maintain Ops Suite. It lives on the platform known as Nextcloud, so it's an open source kind of NAS platform. A lot of different software you can do on this. I like being able to self-host. I like being able to have that close at hand. But the main part we're going to test with this is called the Fleet Node and Software Catalog. And then what we'll do is start creating configuration. We'll start adding the preventative maintenance to it. We'll start tracking our deficiency reports. We'll test out the lockout tagout method, modernization, our work packages, how supply requests work, personnel management. And I got a couple in here, me and my buddy James, for skills, training, qualification. But we're really going to concentrate in this Fleet Node area. So as this is loading up, what I'm going to do over here on my right is I'm going to go ahead and set up this box. Now the point of ALTO OS is having a cyber compliant environment. So being able to host free software on an enterprise Linux distribution connected to an enterprise maintenance application that is updating everything, that's allowing us to know what's going on all together, right? So that ecosystem, that's what we're after here. So you'll see how the setup goes once the VM gets done loading up here, but I'm going to go ahead and set it up on this side. And that way we at least get a first heartbeat, and I'll talk about the heartbeat here in a second.
To see, then switch it up and treat me right. You promise sun, but you bring rain. I still love what you do to me.
This is the first I've ever seen that. A port 443, max retries exceeded. What did I do here? Let's see. Well, as all things go, max retries exceed with URL status.php. That is interesting. Let's see if that happens on the VM, or is this a... It shouldn't. Let's come to the VM. We're done installing. We'll hit done here. Now what I'm looking down at is my drawing tablet. It's easier to kind of, screen it up everywhere. And I'm wondering... if there's a way needed to Hit enter so it can load up. Okay, it's definitely a Nextcloud issue. Let's see what happens here. So we'll get logged in. Now the first thing, yeah, that's right, with cyber compliance, is it's going to run us through the initial setup, and that's kind of what we're getting after is the setup of it. And of course, right now there's a name resolution issue, so we'll figure that out. So this is that initial setup. Let's see if I can full screen mode this. We'll make it look organic. Oh, that didn't do anything. Okay, that was silly. All right, and we'll begin the setup. It gives a little bit about what's included, first time run setup, and we'll hit begin setup. Now what we want to do, and this is what I'm curious about right now because I'm getting a domain name issue, and we're going to use our test account. We're about to find out if this is the laptop. Oh! Can you guess why that didn't work? Why the name resolution wasn't working? This is what happens when you put a brand new operating system on a laptop. You know, connect to the internet. Don't be a dummy. We were being a dummy. So let's try that again. Oh no, it worked. Oh. Well, at least it works. I got worried. Like, I thought I just crashed the server. And I'm just like, how did I just do that? That's amazing. It's going to run through the setup. It's doing a couple things. If you notice right now, it's doing what's called the Alto Fleet Heartbeat. So the Heartbeat service is what is a status service, essentially a health service on the operating system that validates, hey, is everything okay? Like, is your CPU doing well? Is your memory doing well? Is there anything that's not breaking out? That's what we're looking for. Ironically, Scott, you're chatting, but I'm not seeing anything else pop up. Oh, that's why. Let me fix that real quick. Look there. So, okay, here we go. All right. So, we logged in. Now it's going to say, hey, it's connecting us to Alto itself. And there's 3 logins. Unfortunately, I'm working on this right now. In the configuration back end of all this. Yeah. We're going to grant access to it. And we're going to close. Now what that did is, that immediately connected, you see these notifications, immediately connected us to the file synchronization, to all of the things sitting within Nextcloud. That way, the operating system is directly connected to our online system all together. So that's kind of where the big purpose of that is. The other 2 things that we'll need to connect into is Nextcloud Talk. This is a very Teams-like environment. So we're going to connect to that and log in, and then we're going to log into the maintenance app on the desktop. Now, these are very much so kind of Qt web engine apps. I'm going to move to an Electron apps, and right now it's like a shell, but kind of moves us in here. Now we have an entire Yeah, failed to join conversation. But entire Nextcloud talk, and then we'll log into our maintenance app as well. So these are the first three things. Now on my other side over here, while the VM went very fast, the laptop, I tried doing it on the most minimum laptop I could find. 2 CPU, 4 gigabyte RAM, to validate this will work. It's right now installing LibreOffice over here. And this is what the just first time setup looks like. What I want to get to is the initial setup also logs in all these things. Harder said than done. But it did bring up the applications we wanted in the way that we wanted them. So we're going to minimize that for right now. Now, the key is we now have 2 nodes online. All right. So now what we want is we want to validate that these nodes report. All right. So we'll come up here to the fleet nodes, and wouldn't you know, we'll switch up here. There it is. This is on a server in New York. Okay. This is not local in the RV. This is a server in New York, right? This is running ALTO OS 2404, which is the long-term support, via a cubic generated ISO, which is the what we went through yesterday. And it's telling us all of the things that are running properly in this environment. So, and ironically, I think our second one just got done. And its heartbeat should be coming up here soon. So we'll see what happens. But it's now got all of the information. How is its memory doing? You know, what's its memory percentage? Is it running too hard? Is its disk percentage bad? You know, its UUID. You know, when was the last time it was seen? That's very important. When we take these things offline, we want to know, hey, when was the last time it was actually online? When was it last time scanned? When did we register it? What user did it get registered by? And what we did is we connected everything up into the Nextcloud user system as well. So this starts getting into that cyber compliance world. One of the things that we want to look at is, let's go back. And a normal user wouldn't do this. But what we're going to do, because I've got some escalated privileges here, is we're going to look at systemctl, which is the base system services level. And we want to see what Alto Fleet's doing. Now, if you look down here, Alto Fleet is that end-to-end service. And right now, it's doing 2 things, right? The Trivy database is still downloading, so it's deferred the CVE scan. So immediately when we log in, what happens is that script and that configuration that comes up starts pulling down the CVE database. And if you don't know what a CVE is, once we get that first scan in, you'll really start to see it. But it is our cyber compliance that Scott just talked about. I'm waiting for our second guy to come online here. And it is connected. So the first heartbeat for the laptop hasn't came in yet. So we'll see what happens there. It is configured. That's the good news. And what we're going to do, I'm going to do the same exact thing over here. Yeah, and it had a exited status 1 failure. So this is what we're looking for, is once we start moving this stuff over to hardware, what issues are we going to run into? One of the things I'm kind of worried about is when I did that. Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm going to create a new tab and break this out. Because I want to see what I DD'd. So we DD'd Alpha 17. And I am pretty sure, like 100% sure, that was silly. that I did that. Because I'm pretty sure that we are on Alpha 17. And I'm verifying right now. Yeah. Alpha 17 patched ISO. Boom. So, what we can't do is we can't DD it while the VM is running. So we'll keep running the VM and then we'll get to that. So for right now, that's fine. Yeah, all right. So let's check on this. It is still downloading the database. We really want that to populate in. So we'll keep waiting on that. So while that's happening, now let's do some stuff here. Let's go up here to the asset registry. So what we want to do is start setting this up. And so, one, we've got a couple different platforms up here, and we've got other testers. We've got the Forest River Wildwood X-Lite. That is Wiggles' RV, so he's one of our testers out there. And then this 1984 Raleigh Jamboree, which is me. Couple different things as we go down here. This is the main dashboard. This kind of just gives you an overview. The other thing that it does is it gives you a readiness report. How ready are you? And it tells you some priority actions here. Hey, you've got assets that don't have scheduled maintenance. You've got hardware assets that don't have IUIDs or IUUs, UIIs, which is an international standard, not just a mill standard. How many assets we have. I put at least RV in there. What it's missing, what's going on with it, and then predicted failures. But predicted failures needs closed deficiencies to start really rolling. So we'll start opening those up. But we're going to come down here to the asset registry. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to put in the engine block. Let's actually, I got my handy dandy tech manual over here. So let's put in a couple different things here. We're going to start with the 7300 rooftop AC series ceiling plenums. I wonder. Yeah, it's all because. So what we're going to do is we're going to reinstall it here after we get a first run of our CVEs. It's still downloading, so that's good. It's still working through that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this. So this is a asset name itself is going to be a 70, let's say a roof AC unit. Yep, hey, thank you. There we go. All right, we're going to say it's a roof AC unit, and we got hardware, software, and firmware to pick from. We're going to pick hardware. What model is it? It is a Coleman manufacturer. Its model is a 7300 rooftop AC. I don't think I have a serial number for it. I would probably have to get up top. Ironically, there's a place here in these old tech manuals for serial numbers that no one filled out, but that's the normal of life, right? So we're going to call this 1 for right now. There isn't a versioning of it, but it's a series. So it is a series. So let's look at what are the different series, and we'll figure out if this is ours. I think 7300 was just the whole thing. In the 80s, Coleman didn't make too many different AC models. Yeah, so it is. We'll say the version's the 7300. Location is on the RV roof. There's no IP address, no need. When was it installed? We're going to put 1/1/1984 because that's all we know. Warranty expired years ago. Let's not worry about that. It is operational. We have operational degraded, offline in maintenance and decommission, but we're operational. It's going to be on that 1984. What shop? Oh, this is a perfect thing. We need to go add another shop. And then we have a parent asset. You're going to love this, right? This is what starts the structure code at the top of the model or the top of the configuration. And this is not a root asset. Root asset means there's no parent. That's the whole system. Below it, what we're going to have is things that are connecting to the parent. In this case, the Raleigh Jamboree is the parent, right? If this AC goes down, really, it's a support function. Can I operate? Can I do it? Yes. I don't have two AC, so it's not redundant, and there's not a bypass. And then, capability when operating in a bypass or degraded. I'm only going to get a fan in that case, so we'll say it's 50%. And then what is lost and what remains when it's bypassed. When the AC is out itself, only the fan will work. There's no failover, and there's no failover time. And then at the system level, it is not a top. So we talked about a parent asset. Now we're asking, is this a top level system asset? Yeah, it is at a system asset level, right? We already know what it's going to be linked to. And then it's going to have a TDP. We'll talk more about that here in a second, but we need it to be IUID compliant. I don't think we have a good cage code, but Coleman itself let's see, should be easy enough. Coleman cage code. There we go. And we'll register the asset. So now what's happened is the asset's registered. All right. Once the asset is registered, now we get all these different things. We get all the technical data packages, the asset hierarchy, a QR code that you can print out with a handy dandy asset ID, RV roof, it's IUID, that is auto-generated, serial number, etc. And then if we want to print that, easy to come here and print. And then we can print it in a label maker, attach it to the unit, and then on the Android application, it allows us to go ahead and scan it, and then we have it. The photo galleries, when I go up, take a photo of it. But for right now, it's a system node, it's support, and then its TDP sits here. The TDP being the technical data package, and we can now add new drawings and tech manuals, specs, preventative maintenance SOPs. That's going to be one of the things that we work on, is adding this manual digitally and then putting it against the unit. What's nice is we can verify the asset from here. We can do a new modernization. We can create new PM procedures or log deficiencies on it. I will say that right now it needs new filters. So let's go ahead and do that. Filters are dirty. It's not a very high, low, non-urgent. All right, I found it through those visual inspections. I'm going to assign it to myself. And then I'm going to make Wiggles review it. During operational turn on, noticed filters were dirty. Replace filters. These are not able to be cleaned. We don't have any outside entity. It's about $5 per filter. All right, and then we'll target to get that done by the end of this weekend. So let's go ahead and put Sunday. All right, we'll log that deficiency. What's nice is once those deficiencies start coming in, if we were to go back in here, those deficiencies are now logged directly on the asset, right? So we know exactly what's wrong, right? So now we've got, hey, this is Severity 4, it's open. We can change it from an open to in work, whatever it is. The thing I want you to imagine is a school system, a hospital clinic, something that is in need of a maintenance system that doesn't have it today, being able to do this. So there's our second asset now added to it. Now let me show you what the system canvas does because we've added that. And we'll come back here and look at our cyber real quick. All right, and let's see if this is still running. Oh yeah, it's still downloading. It's going to take a minute. It is going to take a minute. All right, so we added that second asset. So we're going to come down here to the system canvas, right? And what I want is, hey, we don't have a new canvas yet, right? Is we're going to generate a new canvas, and we're going to call it our AC plant, Rev A, HVAC, right? We want two-way sync. I'll talk more about that here. Oh, actually, man, let me make a shop real quick for this. So let me make a new shop called HV1. This is going to be our HM&E shop. All mechanical and electrical, right? HVAC and body work. This is going to be on this. All right. And we'll create that shop because what we want to do is be able to easily put that shop against it. So we'll come back up here to assets. That was something we didn't do when we did this drop down. We're going to edit the asset. And I want to make sure that that shop gets in there. Save changes. And then I also want to do that on the top level. And we're going to save changes. So in the system canvas, we're going to do a new canvas based on the RV. All right. And we want to do it on the 84 Rally Jamboree. We want it live. So every time I put something in, I want it to be added. All right. I hope you're ready for this. All right. Canvas name. Here we go. All right. RV platform drawing. All right. We're going to create that canvas. I hope you're ready. All right. Watch this not work. So what we've done is we've created the canvas. We're going to sync the registry. And we're going to create a live status. I want you to notice something. Look what it did. It brought in all of our assets. All right. We can move them around. All right. There's a lot of different things up here. All right. You can see if it's healthy, if it's overdue, right? What's going on with it. We want to go ahead and connect these two things. And this is going to be via other. This is just a HVAC connection. Pretend like it's a power connection or anything else. We're going to add that connection, right? And now we've got this handy dandy, all right, connection made. What's nice is once this starts syncing, and the more assets you make, all right, it starts looking at the asset records. So I can click on the different asset records. I can look at the FMEA. And we'll talk more about the FMEA during the next time. But this is how you start doing model-based system engineering. Right? Here, because we came back to it, you see how this is now sitting at a tag out is active. And we'll go to our tag outs and look at that. And one deficiency for Sev1. Obviously, we're going to have to fix that because we didn't mark it for a Sev1. So we're going to have to look at that. And the verification's overdue. So we're getting some live information on this. One of the things I want to be able to do is now publish the drawing. So I'm going to hit publish drawing based on everything we build out, based on the configuration coming in. Right? And this is initial, the initial drawing package of the RV, right? And we need to make that a drop down. We'll work on that. And we'll publish the drawings. Now this published that drawing. Alright, but I want to open it. So I click here, and what we have now is the platform system block diagram and the functional block diagram. Any of the elevation drawings which haven't been built yet for a canvas type. The parts list. You see that cage code we put in a little bit ago? Look at that. The cage code, we didn't have an NSN for it. We'll look for that. Right? All the mill standard, the interfaces. So that means the HVAC connection, the power connection, CAN bus, etc. Right? We now have a way, all right, to auto-generate the drawings based on the configuration. All right, and we gotta figure that out, but I don't know why that filled out. All right, we can print these. The drawing's now published. We can view the drawing anytime we want now. All right, or we can regenerate a new drawing. All right, it's not magic, right? I talked about this at LInuxFest. This is having domain knowledge, domain expertise, right? At the same time that you're using AI. You cannot use AI blindly. You have to have a plan. You have to understand the coding behind it, right? That's how you make it updatable, right? That's a key thing, right? So we now have this canvas. We have drawings that are capable right now, right? If I come back over here to my rooftop AC, all right, let's, did I have an NSN? I don't know if there was one. It is funny. It says not refundable. We may have to open up the AC. It needs cleaned out above anyways. No. Okay. I don't see one. We'll obviously find one. Right. But now we've got all of that put against it. Let's go ahead and verify it. I actually see it right here. I know it's here. And now it's been verified. All right. So that's a key aspect of everything we just did. All right, now we have a really cool thing running. Now what we need to do is start creating PM procedures, technical documents, everything else. But what we're going to do is work on the asset creation of stuff. And then our deficiencies, right there is our deficiencies, estimated costs. Now something we want to work on. Let's do this. All right, we see this sub 4. But when we go to our system canvases, and we'll open this up, and we click on the roof AC, it says Sev 1. So let's fix this. All right, let's actually fix this live. So let me get some stuff set up. Where are you? You're right there. And where are you? You're right there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, everything's getting in over here. It's exactly what we want. Just while that's going, we'll check on our fleet nodes. All right, all right. Oh, yeah, good. So our fleet nodes are still connected. Ooh-wee, it is. See if I can force a scan. Oh yeah, it just said it forced a scan. Yep. Still downloading. Sweet. Alright, so we want to fix this. So we obviously have an issue where these two things are not connecting. Right? We're gonna go ahead and talk to ORVHQ over here, and hey, let's go into the system canvas to deficiency reporting section of the maintain op suite. There's a discrepancy where the system canvas is reporting a sub 0, but the deficiency report is reporting a sub 4 at a low impact. Now this is where things start getting interesting. It's called specification engineering, right? Specification prompting. You want to make sure you're very clear about what you're looking for. So in this case, we want to validate that it is pulling not just from the database options of severity codes, but is pulling from that configuration item's specific severity, right? Coming from the deficiency report, right? And really, probably what we're going to get into is it needs to list out some sort of overall health score of that item, not just that single deficiency report. So let's look at that. But we're going to fix the severity code connection first. All right, so it's going to start kind of running up. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Those of you that are old, right? My glasses zoom in now, so everybody gets to that point. Yeah. So now it's trying to look on the server side to look at the severity values. The library, by the way, is the series of drawings. If you look at right here, that RV platform drawing we did, look at this. You see that? You see the RV platform drawing that we created? Right? That's now in there. All right. And what's nice is that's 136625. So while this is running, let's go in here and let's see if we can connect that. Yeah. Yeah, just that Sal is in there. I gotta look at where the library's putting everything. Oh, maybe because it wasn't looking here. Nope. Well, it's in the library. All right, so what did it do here, right? Now what it's doing is it's looking for minimum severity. So gotcha. So essentially it was throwing a row and integer instead of looking at it. It was just looking at minimum severity without knowing how many arrays were in there. So now it's added the different options for it to sort through. So we'll go ahead and run that. It's going to do two things. It's going to generate a zip file. Now this is the way I do it. Doesn't mean the way you got to do it when you do this. I let it generate a zip file. Then I upload that zip file to the server because I use a Docker container. Found the code and asked if you want the change. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It finds the code and asks you if you want to change. I have a bad habit of not looking at chat. And it does a couple different things, right? It asks you, hey, is this a change? When I talk about domain knowledge, this is one of the things I continue to talk about is you cannot haphazardly just do it. You got to know what it's doing. All right, I have it set up in a way where I want to know what you are doing so I can read it and validate it to then make the change and accept the change. To me, this is a junior programmer. It's a junior sailor. This is not somebody that knows what they're doing, right? But they type faster and search faster than me or you could ever hope to do. You just saw that live. That happened live. All right? So we're bumping this to version 25.16. It has a bad habit with not bumping properly. So we'll see if it bumped properly. Whoa. Oh, deleted files. Freaked me out for a minute. Then all I'm doing is dropping a zip file off on Nextcloud in the server. And my process is drop it off in the server, then run Docker commands in the server, all right, to redo it. The thing I don't want to show you is as I'm running those commands, of course, the IP, what I'm running it from, where it's at. But I have a series of commands that I utilize in order to go from just the base. I'm logged into the home directory to CDing. It's going into maintenance mode right now. So it's sometimes will pop up. Sometimes it'll say it's refreshing. But I can't do anything. If I click dashboard, right? Like if I try to go to the library or something, I'm just going to get all these HTTP 503s. Because there's nothing there. It's in the server itself is in maintenance mode. Yeah, exactly. We're rolling into testing the change now. So now it's doing its integrity check. And then you always want a hard refresh. Don't just click around after you've done this. Man, I don't know what YouTube did with this, royalty-free music, thank God. But it's absolutely fantastic. All right, it's still finishing up. They actually updated a couple of my other apps as well. And it's done. So what we're going to do is hard reset. What do I mean by that? Hit refresh. It'll refresh the page. It'll hard refresh the app. Right, now we've got all this. Right, we're going to come back up here to our dashboard. We're back in the 1984 Raleigh. Right, this roof AC unit, we're going to validate that we still have that deficiency, which is a sub 4. We're going to come down here to our system canvas. All right. All right, and now it's a sub 4. All right, so now it's reporting the right information. The thing that I didn't take into account is if you look here, I did exactly what we needed to. It's not a sub 1 anymore, it's a sub 4. Right? It's reporting properly to what the operational status is of the deficiency. Right? What we need to do is make sure that it understands the differences in those deficiencies. That sub 4 is low, non-urgent, where sub 1 is critical, safety, mission impact. There's a couple different ways to do this. A cool way, if you like to do it, is just print screen. Now this will take up more tokens. I promise you, it will take up more tokens. Right? But you can copy that to your clipboard. All right, we'll come out of here. I'll bring this back to 100. Bring this to the side. And it did exactly what we wanted, right? So, development on steroids, yes. Yeah, probably the biggest steroid needle you could ever get, right? So, we're going to say, hey, that worked, right? what we need to do is ensure the system canvas understands that the different subcodes as pictured here. Alright, and we're going to insert that image. Now it looks like a text. It looks like a text, but it's actual image. Alright, and what we want to do is I want to come down here and make sure that it does two things. Alright, inside of the live status or the live status in the asset record section shows the proper status, not just the code. Now let's scroll up a little bit. All right, now this is showing whether it's healthy or not. Right now it's reading it's on Lodo, which we'll fix that here in a second. Right? But it should be healthy-ish. Or orange. Actually, orange is correct. It's a deficiency. But this is red. So that's all we need to fix. Status code. Right now, for example, it's a Sev4, but saying worst and completely in red. Probably needs to reflect the status above in orange. So we'll run that. Alright. So we're going to run that. And what's interesting is I have this tagged out at a utility pole. And I totally forgot that I had the system. We're going to release that. Confirm release. That means we have no active tags. If we come back here, right, look there. It's not tagged out anymore. When I talk about we want to be live, I want to know if something is tagged out and see it in the one line. Tag out is gone now. I released the energy. I released the tag out. It's no longer connected digitally, right, which was at the utility pole, right? It's now reflecting that. That's the key here, right? And it's reflecting a kind of overdue status, probably because I need to validate it, right? Let's click it. Yeah, verification overdue. Well, let's validate it while this is loading. All right, let's verify the asset. All right, and it's degraded. So we'll come back here to system canvas. We'll open it up, then we'll read this and look. That's gone. Now the only issue we have is on the roof AC because we've got a deficiency written against it. So let's go up here. Let's see what we did. Right? Two fixes. Line item 8,534. Now we can open this up and validate it and see what it's writing in. A lot of times, because Nextcloud is very clear in its different PHP files and CSS, what it's in, and it's like reading a very large section file with a lot of objects, is easier. If you're in Kotlin files, I suggest you have Android Studio open, reading the Kotlin files as you go. But what it's done here is it took that standard box and opened deficiency count, and then it said, hey, we need to now label this. So it took away these three lines and then redid them. And what it did is it redid the font. And it really, why is there so much? Before it was just one item, right? Sev 1, 2, 3, and 4 were all reporting red and worst. Now what it did is you see how it said worst right here? Worst Sev. And then that Sev was plus the severity style. That's essentially saying worst severity 4. So the code was changing, but the text wasn't. It wasn't changing because it didn't know the difference. Now what it did is it wrote an if statement with 4 variables, that change based on the status. And that's what we actually want to be, right? So this is great, right? It then bumped the version. With Nextcloud, you have to bump the version every time. It's called a version bump, right? And what we're going to do, we're going to run it. So let's see how this works. I'm kind of worried the Trivy scans have not started down here. We will check that here in a minute. I'm deleting the old file. I keep a backup. I'm just deleting the old file in the dev environment. All right, now we're running our update. Yep, we bumped the rev to 17. We'll make this bigger. So once it comes in, we can see it together. I'm down here looking at my Trivy scan. I wonder if I can look at... I think it's a Trivy root FS. Yeah, I can't remember. Still downloading. Okay, this is done. We're going to load this back up. What we want to see is all that change. I don't know what song that was, but that was a good one. I don't know how lo-fi jazz went to this. All right, we're going to click on that roof AC, come down here. Looky there. All right, so I'm going to pause real quick. Right? A lot of Twitch users on right now. A couple YouTube. You guys starting to see it? You're starting to see how everything's coming together when it comes to that. I'm gonna force a scan and schedule an update. Let's see what happens there. But right now, the major portion is built. What we're really talking about is we're now just working on the refinements. So this is already released, right? One of the things that I use, Claude for is a package and push up to GitHub. That's a huge part of this. We want to make sure that the things are ready. We want to make sure that in the Nextcloud application store that this thing is moving with all the right things. It works properly. So that's why we're testing. So every night this week we're going to test. We're going to validate what works. We're going to keep working on the operating system. That's one of the things we're going to look at right now is, yep, that worked. All right. Let's kick over to the ALTO OS. We're reporting, but we have an issue, right? I want to see if we can get a status of Trivy. How do we validate the Trivy download status? Because what I want to make sure is the CVE deployment is working properly. right? So what it's doing is it's looking at Alto Fleet. Just taking a while, and it might be because that database is going to take a while to download, like 100%. Now while that's happening, let's switch over to there, right? We're down here now, all right? We're in our operating system, right? I want to come down here on the desktop app now, all right? And let's look at that system canvas. And I'm a maintainer. So I've now come down here. Oh, and actually, let me switch our 1984 Raleigh. I'm going to open that. Look at there. Right? We're now getting everything that we need at the operating system level as well. So that's great. Oh, it's actually looking to see if the Trivy database does anything if it fails. Ah, that's interesting. That's okay. The important thing is we're getting the information coming from the unit itself. Okay. On the yeah, okay. So yeah, this is a perfect example. I asked it one question. I was like, "Hey, what is the command that I can just validate the Trivy database status download?" And it went, oh, what if we recode this portion and wire it to the heartbeat handler inside of Nextcloud to now have a status for whether the database is ready or not. Go paint that wall, and it totally forgot about primer. That's what just happened. This is the constant trip up, and this is what I worry about if people are out there running these things and just copying and pasting code over, uploading code. You hear about it all the time, AI slop, AI slop, AI slop. This is not a AI slop issue. All right? I said, how do I validate if the Trivy database is downloading, right, on the ALTO OS? And it said, oh, I obviously need to implement this on the maintain op suite on the server to validate that, right? This is the danger right here. This is the moment, right, where a coder, an engineer, needs to look at this and go, no, what are you doing, dude, right? And then slow it down and come back and go, hey, I just want to know what the status is. Oh, here are the relevant commands. It did not need to do all of that, but it did, and it always will. All right, this is where you've got to make sure what you're doing, what you're looking at is very clear. That is crazy. It's not what I wanted. Yeah, so it's looking at the cache. of the Truvy database. Which is not where it's at. So let's go a different route. Let's concatenate the JSON file. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't even know where it's at. That's because the database is not downloaded. As of 2040, 9 minutes ago, it was still downloading. Oh, and of course, looky there. Okay, hold on. Let's switch back over. It finished while we were looking at this. I just wanted to know a simple command and it went nuts. But if you look here, it did its check-in and then it did a CVE, still downloading, CVE, security update requested. So let's see. I don't think it's done downloading. Oh, it's running apt-get upgrade. That's because I forced an update. So that's going to take a minute. So while it's running, it's going to show down. Cool. Then we wait. That's all we can do. Yeah, exactly. Coders still need to be coders. Happens all the time. We're waiting on this to download. So what does that mean? That obviously means we're going to turn on music. We're going to let this download. And I'm going to get my butt beat at chess. Because that's the best way to handle a download wait time. I'm not hearing any music anymore. Huh. There's 100% music in my earphones right now. Yep. Yep. Okay, not worried about it. So we'll wait for this to get done, and when it gets done, we'll see what happens. All right. They're gonna do the Alicon. Yeah, the tunes got turned off. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Yeah, we're just waiting on a CV database to get done downloading. I kind of want to go here. Oh, that was crazy. Maybe you go here. Well, now we're going to go here. Nope, we got to come out. Oh, man. Yeah. I don't want to stop that. Let's go here. Yep. Then we'll push up. Yeah. Now the push up. Could scare the crap out of them. Push here. Want to come here first. Here or here? Here. Like this. That's crazy. Wow. And we've got this nice line pointed right at the king. Yeah, I kind of want to... How do I leverage that? Here? Yeah, let's see what happens. Because if he takes, I take. If he takes, I take. I'm going to take anyways if he doesn't do anything. Yeah. No. That's crazy. Let's do this. Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with... Oh, it was muted.
In the morning, I wake up feeling no pain. Long stretches, I get to remembering. Then I see my bed is empty on one side. Back in the sheet, only place I can hide. In the morning, I'm wondering how I'm gonna get through the night. Sick and weary, and only your love's gonna make it right. I close the curtain, sweating, shaking all over. Imagine you're here. I'm looking up at the door. I'm a better man with your love than without. Stuck in the sill, I may never make it out. In the morning, I'm wondering how I'm gonna get through the night. Only your love gonna make it right. Yeah. Only your love, only your love.
Ooh. Oh, that was slick. Oh, I should have taken. What was I doing? 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 Ooh. Good win. Good win. That was a terrible game. Oh, he was winning. He was winning. He was winning. Let's check on our status here. We're still showing offline, but it's doing an app upgrade right now. Oh, perfect. Hey, if you look down here right now, this is great. We just got a notification. Right, Fleet Node offline, the virtual box. That's because it's doing this sudo apt-get upgrade right now. That apt-get upgrade is the main upgrade system. That's great. That's what we want to happen. Oh man, this is great. This is what we're wanting. Yeah, look at there. We're starting to get. Oh yeah, that's great. And we're increasing the readiness health. Yeah, that'll update. So we'll wait for that. Let me turn this fan on. Boop doo doo doo.
for all to see. Then
Do
switch
do
it up
do do
and treat me right.
do 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 do.
You promise sun, but you bring rain
Licky stickies and nom nom nom.
to me. The highest highs, the lowest lows. You take me to every extreme.
Grab a
Can't get enough
couple pieces of summer sausage. Tonight we got some gym time after we get done streaming. Play another chess game while we're waiting. We're still doing it. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. I feel like I'm tied up on something. Oh, I'm tied up on my own ear. Yeah, I'll keep a lookout down here. Right now, it's still doing a security update, and then it's going to run a new CV scan. So let's keep playing. Let's do a Carl Con. Oh, yeah. Didn't accept it. I love it. I love this type. Alright, now we can play a little bit of a... Yeah, we're just... The real question becomes, do we take or not? Do I want to take... Yeah, we don't have much of a choice. Oh. We'll come here. Maybe open this up. Oh, man. Let's play something like that. Because he was going to come here, and then as soon as I castled, come here. He was looking for a knockout. He was looking for a knockout. We're not going to allow it. So now... Let's bring this over. We need to unplug something here. So let's go there. Normally this bishop would lead this attack, but we're going to use this knight. Yeah. Not the way I think I wanted to go. We'll see what he does. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to go here, up. I'm about to manually... Really? Why'd you go that route, buddy? Might be able to get out of this. No promises. Two queens staring down at each other's soul. Fleet node back online. I love it. Now Trivy's down. Trivy's still downloading. That's fine. Yeah, so yeah, at this point, either bump this queen. Yeah, there we go. Like, what was taking you so long? Yeah, now we got to do a bit of an attack here. We got to catch back up in points. Yeah, we want to keep these blocked off. Boom. So we got this to this to this. That we got to be stupid with it. That's all we can do. We got to be silly with it. Let's get silly with it. So, we have to take, what we want is this spot right here. I don't think they know. Oh, they know it. They know what we're doing now. Let's see. What are you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna lose that pawn anyways. I'm gonna have to use my king. Promise he protects it if he comes here. Yeah. Yeah, we timed out. I don't think we were going to do well there. Oh, it was 1,000. That was a good game. Yeah. Or did I mess up? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking here.
You uncovered a discovery, and now you're winning a pawn.
Ah.
You back that on. Snap back. You defended that knight like a champ. Good stuff.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, and where'd you... Hey, Wiggles! Look at you! We are in the middle of waiting on the CV database, so we switched over to a little bit of a... we switched over to a little bit of chess while we wait. You just missed Scott. Here, let's check on the status of everything. Let's look at our fleet node status. We're back online. That means the upgrade went through. And let's look at... I don't know about y'all, but this music is banging in my ears. Let me turn that down a little bit. We're back over here. The Linux distribution is completely up and online. We're waiting on the CVs to download, but we just ran a complete upgrade. So what that means is from Maintain Ops Suite in New York on the server, we were able to schedule the update. All right. The update came down, all right, to my local virtual box, pushed an update, and then that update ran to upgrade the system. And now it's downloading the latest CVE scan database to validate the vulnerabilities that currently sit on the system after a patch. Right? So essentially we did a scan, we did a patch, an update, and now we're doing a scan to see where we sit. So right now we're waiting on this to update. And don't get scared of this. This is just me looking into what's going on. That's all it is. I wanted to see the status, and it's downloading the Trivi CVE database. That's what this is down here. And then we'll be ready to go. So exciting. Very exciting. Everything's working. All right. On the operating system. Let's see this load up. I bet you... Oh, wow. Are we about to learn it's not a persistent login? Won't that be interesting? Well, what'll be more interesting is if it never loads up. It's loading up. Yep. So now we have Nextcloud Talk application, which is a Qt web engine wrapper. And once more, we have the Maintain Ops Suite application now on the desktop. Wiggles, you like? I like. I want to be able to field my technicians out there with the software that they need. We've also, look at there, something just came in. Oh no, that's from yesterday. I got excited. I need to probably delete that. Now from the desktop application that's pulling all the web services, we've got it. A couple of things we worked on, Wiggles, while you were out, is we created my AC unit, and for whatever reason, the system canvas was not registering my AC unit, and now it is, and it's registering it with the right statuses. I've got a filter replacement that I need to do, so that's now happening. Yeah, I shouldn't have any familiar yet, but and we've got some published drawings. Now that we did that, we've got drawings coming in, so this is great. This is where we want to be. We're in a good place. I don't know why I just closed that out, but we're playing chess, waiting on our database for vulnerabilities to load. So back to it. Oh, Let me charge my watch before. I go work out tonight. Do, 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 do. We had AI try to create stuff it shouldn't have been creating. That was fun. So let's do another one. Definitely went wrong with that knight move. Let's do Saragossa. It's like a reverse Caro-Kann almost. Ooh. Take. Oh. I should have went on. Oh. Well, he would have. If he would have done that, he would have taken away my castling rights. But he didn't. So now we've kind of got a weird... yeah, what an awkward setup. Because now we've got direct access to the king. So let's see what happens when he does that. Go ahead. Let's see if he takes. No, the scans will run automatically every 7 days and automatically push it up to the server. So we're not going to have to worry about an end user running a scan. But every platform where ALTO OS or a Linux distribution is connected will now be able to pull that. Now, I said something weird right there. I said every platform with a Linux distribution. I've now tested this on a different one, and because of the way I built the app, the Alto Fleet service worker, it works anywhere. So it's kind of cool. I need to move chat over here. Let me... Here. Oh, there we go. I got a better view of it now. You didn't take. I'm taking. Oh yeah, he's like, how do I capitalize on this? Oh man. So we're gonna castle. Man. Do we weaken this? What do we want to do here? I think I have to. I think I'm stuck. Yeah, here we go. All right. You know, they don't have to use it. You can always turn off the Alto Fleet service. What an awkward thing, I guess. I guess me and you know that we've dealt with some pretty ridiculous people, so that could very well be a thing. Well, our code is open source, right? That's what makes it trustworthy. Is you can look at it. It's not fake. It exists. It exists in time and space, and you can look at it. You can review it. You can know what it's doing. That's a pretty large difference compared to proprietary software. Where are you gonna go, bub? Yoink. Man, I can't get in there. Yeah. I wonder if I can do something like this. Takes up and reroute here. Think he'll move back? I don't think he'll move back. Yeah, exactly. No hidden agendas. No magic. Nothing in the code that would be a surprise. Still downloading. Ooh-wee. I wish I could get a status, but I guess that's easier said than done. So now, can I do this? If he goes there, I need to push. Man. Now we'll go there. I did it in the wrong order. We could entice him and go here. I think we need to go. Oh, so slick. Yeah, he's going to end up getting his bishop trap somehow. So I got to do this, this, then this. Ooh. I don't know what you just did. Why'd you do that? So here. Oh. Now we're coming. Oh, he's in a bad spot. He's in a bad spot. What did you take? You took a pawn? Oh. Buddy. Ooh. Thankfully. What? Why'd you do that? You only got one move. Checkmate. Oh, he got greedy. When did you go open source? Wouldn't it technically be more? Wouldn't it be more if it wasn't? You know what a weird, what a wild, weird question. Not from you. It's a thought that I've had quite often. Is I am more of a believer that if we use open source technologies, two things happen. The profit comes from the support. If you ever looked at Red Hat Enterprise Linux's story, a lot of their stuff, their support comes from support contracts, and a lot of like the maintain ops suite and everything else. You know, we come on deck, we train you, we help you. Alto Technology is all about that. So, you know, the company overall's goal is what we can do, we will. Now, the thing that we don't have open source is the Android app. That is at a cost $9.99 per month per technician, or $79.99 a year per technician. That helps out with some of the support and development fees and everything else, but really drove in a different direction for the maintain ops suite. And one where I profited. I mean, I've used open source technologies for, you know, oh my God, it's 2026. You know, since 2009 when I got into Linux. So, you know, it's been a big help to me, and I want to be able to do the same thing. One of the things also is I'm tired of seeing people don't have maintenance apps. If you look at all these commercial entities, $60,000 for licenses, $100,000 for licenses, Why? That is insane. You're profiting off of other people not tracking their own maintenance. And they're having to track it in spreadsheets. Today's world, it shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't be profiting off, hey, someone's not tracking their HVAC maintenance properly, so their HVAC maintenance dies, so let's win the contract and let's get greedy with it, and then we'll go in and now fix their HVAC for X amount of dollars. People not having maintenance applications is costing them money because they don't have a proper way to track their maintenance. That was a long-winded way of why did you go with open source? Stop screwing the little guy. Let's not do that anymore. Let's see. Oh, we didn't play great. Oh man. Oh yeah, we did not play good at all. What happened down here? Okay. Yeah, actually, this was a weird setup to begin with. Yeah, I said this. I literally said this. If he went here, I would have lost castling rights. But what was their best move? Yeah, it still doesn't do anything. I guess what it was saying is just grab pawn space. Because if they went here... Yeah. Yeah, okay. Alright. Where was the mistake? Oh! Yeah, because I had nowhere else to move. Yeah, at that point I'm just trying to open this up. Yeah. Long castle. Yeah, that was the only thing I could do. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Still downloading. Oh, would you look at that? D package, tac configure A. Something I might have to build into the script. Huh. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you shouldn't be dying just because you're tracking your maintenance. I wonder if this D package issue, and this is what we're doing right now. It's updating, but we ran an update before, right? We forced the update, and I even said, hey, it ran apt-get upgrade. So I was looking at the system CTL status for Alto Fleet for the agent, and it called out an error. This is what's great about it. The error was, hey, there was a failure in the apt-get. You need to run dpackage configure A, and I ran it. Now it's running. So one of the things I might have to build into the script is making sure that happens. Yeah, now it's processing the triggers. It ran the hooks for the certificates. So let's come back here. Yeah, I actually wonder if this is now going to trigger the CVE array, and that's what was going on. Um, so let's see if it doesn't next cycle. So let's look at maintain op suite. Yeah, and it doesn't throw any errors because of that. So ironically, I wonder, let's do another test. Let's now try to pull new software. Right? So let's open up the Alto Software Center. Now the way this works is the sysadmin lists out all the software. And let me show you what that looks like real quick. In the software catalog, I added VLC as software that you can pull down. And it does a package lookup in the Ubuntu PPAs, because we use Ubuntu as a base. We want to say LTS. If it's not in here, an end user can't randomly decide I want software on my computer. It doesn't work like that. So once that is there, on their desktop, they will then see VLC, for example. What's the available software? Well, I want to install this. All right, we want to install it on this machine. Right? VLC is approved and will be installed. Now, it's a tier 1 software. So I've kind of tiered my software. Tier 1 can be what's called an auto approve. That auto approve now queues it up. It's in the requests. And during the next heartbeat, and again, that heartbeat being about every 5 minutes, it will queue the download of VLC. And let's see if that's successful. So we got 5 minutes. I really want to understand okay, just ran a latest status, right? VLC approved. See, it shows up here. You can kind of see how the server and the client are interacting right now. So we'll wait for that. All right. Play a game of chess while we're waiting. We're doing some blitz. I see your question. Give me 1 second to get this position opened up a little bit. And then castle. And then I think we're in a good spot. Man, I kind of want to be like here. But I don't want to get trapped. We don't have anything here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 I like this. I like this. Now will come. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then. Then we're going to push. Push. Ooh. Oh. How did I not see that? Oh, man. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. He's going to take, I'm going to take, then I'm going to take. Push up. Wow. Okay. All right. So there's an entity or sysadmin that can populate the software with only approved authorized software for the machine. Have you checked to see if you can download other things anyways? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, give me 1 second. So what I did is I completely disabled the software center, and it's deleted. So the Kubuntu Discovery Software Center is gone. So that runs on the initial install script. So technically, there's nothing for them to update because there's nothing there. Yeah, okay, that's what I've been waiting on. I was like, why? Could go here. That locks me up. I don't want to do that. I want to go here. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Enjoy it. And now I gotta go here.
Let's go see a show in Mexico, yeah. Laugh and dance all night. We should fly right over the sea. Take my hand to another land, girl, just you and me. Breakfast here and dinner there, we flow with the breeze. We can do this anywhere, name a place you wanna see, yeah. Few days in Tokyo, weekend in Spain. Out there in Ibiza, chilling all day with your feet up. Don't matter where we go, always stays the same.
No, there's no vehicle to install it. So that's the issue. Is I stopped the actual vehicle that would be utilized to do it. Uh-oh. Got him. It's a brilliancy. Oh, you see that? It was a brilliant move. Oh, my God. All those chess puzzles just paid off. Oh, my God. Oh, I gave myself a headache. That was great. Let's see. Oh, I would imagine the machines still need to be able to download the files. Yeah, so the files can still be downloaded and everything. Oh, I was losing. Oh my God. The files can still be downloaded. They just can't be implemented. Now, the other way to do it is through what's known as an app image. An app image, you have to have permissions to make it executable. So those are the things we stripped out of a basic user. Yeah, this was god awful. Look at her. Look at that. Look at that move. Let's see. What did I miss for 5 moves in a row?
You missed an opportunity to win material once the defender is pinned.
You're telling me.
Their pawn is now lost.
What?
You missed an opportunity to win. The knight was sacrificed. A stunning move.
Oh,
Simple recapture from your opponent.
that's what it was saying.
The knight was sacrificed. A stunning move.
Yeah, it wasn't just the stacked attack. It's a little more. I'll show you here in a second. I'm trying to figure out. This was that miss move. That it was like you just kept missing. Because I had a chance to get this rook. Yeah. That's when I started losing. So, they're winning.
Their best option was to recapture. Your better a simple recapture. Okay, material's vanishing, my friend. Your better option was to. They missed the chance to capture. Your knight is hanging out there like a piñata. That was a free. You've got your.
Yeah. So the key to this is when you do this, if I were, let's say,
Their best option was to win a tempo by threatening him.
this is how you lose this, by the way,
Option was to win a
is if I go here. If I go to F1,
that queen right into a danger zone.
F1 immediately captures my queen,
Your opponent found.
and then the king can recapture. That loses me the game. But
Their best option was to win a tempo.
if you go to F2,
This stays on the path to checkmate in time.
right, their only move is here.
It only moved. It was the one.
And then you have to sack the queen. Right? You're hanging the queen for mate. You sack the queen, as Levy says. Captures, and then captures, and it's a back rank mate. Boom, 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 boom. You have to make sure you go F2 and not F1 in that instance, or it would have been a utter loss. So let's do something here. Let's see. How do we force the Trivy scan off cycle? Oh, and actually, I'm dumb. We built this in. We built in a force scan. What am I talking about? Let's verify. Come down here and hit force scan. By the way, that VLC software is now installed. All right. So let's check this out. All right. We've got installed software. All right. We just forced a scan. All right. We're going to go to our database here. All right. And we're going to go start. We're going to look for multimedia. There you go. VLC's installed. A request from a user going to the server. The admin, because we made it a tier 1 auto approval software, because we said, oh, VLC, it's a media player. Somebody should be able to download this if they need to. Immediately downloads. Okay? That is fantastic. That is how IT is supposed to work. Easy for the end user. Secure. Validated, authorized software. All right? That is fantastic. I love it. So let's see if we can force it. Yep, we forced the scan. All right, let's run Trivy manually. But I just want to validate that this is going to work. And it might not work. Oh, well, if I was actually running the program. Yeah, unknown flag scanner. I don't think it's scanner, I think it's scanners. Oh. So the database, let's see how long this takes. I wonder why it's taking so long for Alto Fleet to do it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, is there actively blocking unauthorized downloads? Yeah, the inherent permissions block it, but there's no software to do it. You got to use apt-get, and actually, we'll test that. All right, I'm going to use apt-get and try to install VLC myself as a user and not as a pseudo user or a super user or a substitute user. Uh-oh. Yeah, see, that went pretty quick. Yeah, we gotta look at that. We gotta figure out why that did that. Oh. Yeah, it's still downloading the repos. So it might actually be taking a long time. I defer. Just taking longer than I want. Yeah, I feel great about this though. Man, that felt good. Feels good. I'm freeing up some space. There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's like a gig worth of data. Okay. Okay. I had to do some stuff with Claude, so let me clear that out. Boom, boom, boom. He's probably like, why are you testing me? Don't test me. That was great. So it is doing a lot of downloading. It's doing a lot of downloading. We'll see if it gets there in the next 7 minutes. Tomorrow we're going to continue building out our assets. We're going to continue working with our system canvas. And we'll continue working with our VBot and our models here. as we do this, right? And we're degrading, by the way. I hope this is getting, look at this. We're starting to degrade, which is good. We want to be able to show degradation. Yeah, which one doesn't have an IUID? Let's see. Does Chevy GMC cage code? That might be what it's waiting on. I'm pretty sure. Let's use the General Motors one. So it's not going to be that one. There we go. Huh. Still an IUID gap, huh? Alright, we'll have to look at that. Actually, did we just get a... Well, I think we just got our CVE counts. CPU usage is really high. Let's look. Oh, look at that. Let's come back. All right. Look at that. Degraded. It's showing degraded because we have a high CPU usage on the virtual box. Look at that. Wiggles. Look. Look what we've done. Look at the magic. Right? We now have active alerts. We've got software installed. We've got critical vulnerabilities coming through. High vulnerabilities, medium, low. This is where we want to be. Right? We want an active snapshot of our cyber compliance. We couldn't have hoped for a better setup. Look at that. How many times have we traveled the world looking at these networks and we've never gotten them to a point, right? It makes me want to get into building that cyber dashboard in with the readiness reporting. So we've got a good idea on it. That's coming. We're probably going to do that tomorrow now that we've got a good system running. This is fantastic. I don't know if I could have asked for a better way of showing this and doing this. The one thing that I question right now, and when we put it on the laptop, we'll definitely know, is if the CVE stuff was doing. Yeah, and that's new as of the latest update. That's exactly right. So let's wait for the heartbeat, right? The heartbeat is every 5 minutes. We're going to get another heartbeat. We're going to see if maybe running the Trivi scan, what did I just do that caused that high CPU usage? And we may see that CPU usage go drastically down. It's exciting. It's very exciting. Man, it's great. Oh, I don't know, Wiggles. Is the world ready for this? World, looking at you. Are you ready for Alto? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know if people want to be cyber secure. I don't know if they want to know the problems. Right? Do we actually want to know? right? Let's look. Yeah. So I do a lot of dependency scanning on the code. I have my own LLM that does the initial scans. Let's see. Oh, you want to know why? Let's come down here. That asset is not attached to a platform right now, so let's save that. All right, we now have a saved platform. We're going to link it up to the Rally Jamboree. And I bet you right now, I have to look at everything. Yeah, that was a mistake on me. And if we come down here to our deficiencies, there's an open deficiency now, as of today. Automated CVE scans, 2 critical and 18 high vulnerabilities. This is fantastic. This is the dream. Being able to track and manage your vulnerabilities. Being able to come in here and see, right, this critical CVE for standard lib. That's a bad problem. Various methods do not work as expected for IPv4 and IPv6, returning false addresses for which would return true in the traditional forms. If we click here, I'm going to have to redo this tomorrow night with Scott. We get the National Vulnerability Database, the NIST database, to see what it is, what its base score is, references, advisories, solutions, weaknesses, known affected software configurations, right? I don't even know if we have. Here, let's do this. Let's see if we've got Golang, all right, installed, right? Because what it's saying is, here's the software. Standard lib with Golang is a big problem. So let's look at that. Let's look. Let's grep. All right, so we're going to run an app list, right? So let's look. Let's turn ourselves into our sysadmin now. Hey, I'm looking this up. I know that this has a known affected software configuration with Golang. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do an app list. Apt is the Ubuntu Universe's software program, right? We're going to do an app list, and then we're going to pipe that into grep and look for Golang, right? Looky there. Look at all of those Golang packages, right? Now the specific one is Golang Go, all right? Anything in Golang Gold, because if you look up here, it says Golang Go, wildcard. I wonder if there's a CPE. Let's try. Let's go grep Golang. Let me try to write the whole thing. CPE 2.3a. I don't know if this will work or not, because I don't think this is how it's labeled. Yeah. So let's change this up. Let's go Golang Go. There's a wildcard. We're gonna grep Golang.go. All right, look at there. That standard lib package in combination with this, right, has an issue. All right. When you're tying in those vulnerability scans and then tying that into powerful tools, all right, like grep and pipes, all right, for those of you that are learning system administration for the first time, right, we're doing an app list. You see that right there? It's not a forward slash. It's not a backslash. All right, it's a pipe. All right, you do that by holding Shift. All right, backward slash, this character on your keyboard. Alright? grep. Grep is a search function. Right? That is what we're using to search. We're essentially saying, hey, give me the list and then search for this. If I wanted to search for VLC, app list, give me all the applications and find me VLC. Well, guess what it did? It found every instance of VLC sitting in my application list. Right? grep is one of the most powerful tools when you're trying to figure out what the heck is causing this issue. Okay? Very powerful. You can grep entire, like, let's do this. Right now we're in my home directory and there's desktop, documents, downloads, music. I want to grep Nextcloud. I want to see if this folder that I may not be in has something here. Right? And what you can do is ls pipe grep Nextcloud. Guess what it produces? It produces Nextcloud. It searches for it. It's a search. It's one of the most powerful tools that you could ever use is piping things in a search. Now what's really crazy is if you want to get crazy, right, is we can do a little grep Nextcloud append applications.txt. All right. I ran a list. I searched for Nextcloud. I created a new text file called applications because I spelled it wrong. Now let's open it up. We're going to nano it. Nano is my favorite text editor, console text editor. A lot of people like a lot of different things, just what you grow up with. And guess what? The only thing in here that's showing? Nextcloud. You want to know why? It searched for it, then it sent it to this text document. And it's a great way to go, I need a way to send a lot of stuff. So let's do this. Right? We're going to remove this. Right? It's gone. Deleted. Right? Let's do this. I want to go back to why I would use this. Right? I want to app list pipe, right? grep golang go, append that into a golang.txt file so that I can search this file and find out what this is. Right? All done. ls. There's now a golang.txt. Let's open it up. Nano golang.txt. All right? Look at all these things in here. Right? Now what I want to look for is this CPE thing. 2.3. Let's see if we can find. I'm going to control W. That's search inside of the file. We're searching for a search inside of a search. Right? And we're going to look for this CPE. I don't know what that is. CPE not found. Let's look for 2.3. Right? Maybe it's all these 2.3 instances. Right? There's a couple. Right? We can keep going back and forth and trying to see what it is, right? But quite a few of these 2.3 files, right? But that's when we talk about this, when we talk about Linux, when we talk about system administration, right? What are we really talking about? We're talking about an admin's ability to know the power of the operating system they're in, right? And there's not a great way to understand those things. That's what we're trying to get to. A great understanding as we build our own operating system, as we get Alto technologies up, we want people to learn and understand this stuff. So, and a great way to do it is if you don't know what grep is, well, you type in man. Man stands for manuals. All my guys out there understand tech manuals are the way to go, right? And I want to read the tech manual on grep. Well, guess what that does? It brings me the tech manual on grep, its patterns, its options, its description, what it's used for. Amen. God bless. Right? All things are found in Linus Torvalds. If you don't know who that is, that's the creator of Linux. Right? But fantastic thing right here. So Couldn't be happier. This was great. I really hope everybody enjoyed this because, boy, oh boy, we had some great wins tonight. We got some stuff we need to check out tomorrow. Look at that. Look at what we're looking at. Remotely live from New York. Right? Look at there. Right? Our CPU usage dropped to 0. I don't know why, but it might just have been during that heartbeat. So we'll see what happens when it comes back. Right? But this is great. This is utterly great. This is what we're wanting. It's what we're wanting to do. It's everything. So I really hope everybody out there learned something today. I hope you enjoyed, especially what we're building, how we're building it. We got to troubleshoot. We got to between RVBot, bring Claude up, find out what the heck the guy's doing, cancel some code it wrote on its own, right? Go through that process, win some chess games, and get an operating system online fully, which I'm about to now DD this, and which is what we utilize, put it on USB drive and put it on my laptop, and then while I'm at the gym, let that sucker install. So I hope everybody enjoyed. I'll see everybody tomorrow night. We're trying to do this upwards of 5 days a week now, because we're there. Like we can. Like that's just where we're at. Unless I'm with my daughters, you will not see me get online. I'll put a note out on it. But yeah, other than that, hey, keep creating, keep engineering, keep playing. The world is our oyster. I will see everybody next time. Ready out here.